In the underworld, there were rules no one dared question. And at the top of those rules stood one man, feared, obeyed, and whispered about like a storm you could never outrun. His name alone could silence a room. But what terrified people the most wasn't his power. It was his wives. One after another, they came into his mansion, beautiful, chosen, envied. And one after another, they were gone before the seventh day. No one knew exactly what happened. Some said they ran away. Others said they couldn't survive his cold, merciless nature. And a few, the ones who spoke in hushed tones, believed something darker. Because no woman had ever lasted a week with him. Not one. Until the night he lost a bet. The underground casino was alive with tension, smoke curling through golden lights, laughter hiding secrets, and danger sitting at every table. The Mafia boss, dressed in black, calm as death itself, sat across from a woman no one recognized. She didn't belong there. She wasn't dressed like the others. No diamonds. No fear. No desperate hunger in her eyes. Just calm. Dangerous calm. Her name was Zara. And she had already won 3 rounds. People were starting to whisper. The boss didn't lose. He didn't even come close to losing. But tonight, something was different. "You're playing boldly," he said, his voice low, almost amused. Zara leaned back slightly, meeting his gaze without hesitation. "I don't play to survive," she replied. "I play to win." A few men nearby froze. No one talked to him like that. No one. But instead of anger, a faint smile appeared on his lips. "Then let's raise the stakes." The room fell silent. "What do you want?" she asked. He leaned forward, eyes dark with something unreadable. "If you win, you walk out with everything on this table. Money. Power. Protection. And if I lose?" she asked, unfazed. He paused. Then said something that changed everything. "You marry me." The room erupted in disbelief. Not because of the marriage. But because no one had ever heard him offer it like that. It was always forced. Controlled. Calculated. But this? This was a gamble. Zara studied him carefully. Most women would run. Most would refuse. But she smiled. Deal. The final round began. Cards slid across the table like blades. Eyes locked. Tension thick enough to suffocate. For the first time in years, the Mafia boss felt something unfamiliar. Excitement. Not control. Not dominance. But risk. Real risk. And when the final card was revealed. Silence. Complete, crushing silence. Zara had won. Gasps echoed through the casino. No one moved. No one breathed. The boss stared at the table, then at her. Then, he laughed. A deep, genuine laugh that shocked everyone. "Well played." Zara stood up slowly. "So I walk away?" He shook his head, eyes glinting with something dangerous. "No." A pause. Then. "You marry me." The wedding was arranged overnight. No celebration. No joy. Just a contract. And a countdown. 7 days. Everyone knew it. The staff whispered it. The guards bet on it. 7 days. That was how long she had. But Zara wasn't like the others. From the moment she entered the mansion, something changed. She didn't ask questions. She didn't show fear. She didn't try to impress him. Instead, she observed. The way the guards moved. The way the servants avoided eye contact. The way silence filled the halls like a warning. And most importantly, The way the Mafia boss watched her. Not like a husband. But like a puzzle he couldn't solve. On the second night, he finally spoke. "You know what happens to my brides." Zara poured herself a drink, calm as ever. "I've heard stories. And you're still here?" She took a sip, then met his gaze. "I don't run from stories." A long silence followed. Then she added quietly. "I rewrite them." For the first time, he didn't have a response. Because something inside him shifted. Something dangerous. Something he hadn't felt in years. Respect. But not everyone was pleased. The people around him were watching. Waiting. Because Zara wasn't just surviving. She was disrupting everything. And that made her a threat. By the fifth day, rumors started spreading. "She's different. She's not afraid of him. She talks back. She walks like she owns the place. And worst of all, he hasn't broken her." On the sixth night, everything changed. A betrayal inside the mansion. A silent attack. And Zara, standing in the middle of it. Not running. Not hiding. But fighting. When the Mafia boss arrived, he didn't see fear. He saw her, holding her ground against men who had killed without hesitation. And in that moment, he realized something terrifying. She wasn't just surviving the week. She might actually change him. And for the first time in his life, the Mafia boss didn't know if that was a good thing.